Hello, welcome back to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Educational Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council, West Kentucky KY Innovation, and local partner Sprocket Innovation in Paducah, and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. Welcome back to episode 188. That means it is time for some news of the last few weeks, and what I always say and I always want to do is to share a few news stories that can help you to find something in these stories that can help you improve your security, make yourself, make your family, make your organization just a little bit safer. So let's just dig into it. First couple stories are related, and to me these are very interesting. There's a survey. This was actually in the UK, but I think the survey would probably be similar in the US as well. And it found that over 50% of security teams believe that AI-powered cyber threats are too overpowering for their security team, and they just don't know what to do. We've talked about AI. We'll continue to talk about AI. AI is not a new thing. AI is a thing that is going to be here to stay. Period. It is actually it is not a new thing. It's actually been around for a while, but it is something that has really evolved over the last couple of years with ChatGPT and different applications. But it's not going to go away. We're going to utilize AI for everything going forward, for the good and for the bad. And think about, I don't remember life without a calculator, but when you went from a slide rule to a calculator, I am sure people thought, oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't handle how fast this calculator is. I don't know what to do. Well, there's a lot of people that are feeling that way right now with AI. Over half of security teams think it's overpowering them. Some organizations have banned AI use altogether. Universities in general are trying to figure out what to do with AI because of plagiarism, because of cheating. Same thing, I'm sure math classes did back in the day. Well, what do we do about calculators? My point is there's a lot of bad that's coming with AI, a lot of worry, a lot of concern, a lot of the sky is falling. So what do we do about it? Well, there are also 48% of healthcare organizations that in a survey say they're using AI to manage their cyber risk. Now, let me dig into this a little bit further. If the bad guys are using AI to attack us, then the good guys should be using AI to stop the attack. Let's also use AI to make us better. That is, these tools are for good and for bad. Unfortunately, the bad's always going to find a way to take advantage of it first. With technologies throughout history, that's always been the case. What I'm sitting here saying is that we need to explore ways to utilize AI technologies, generative AI, fill in the blank, machine learning, whatever AI technology you want to talk about. We got to figure out how to use them for the good. How can we utilize that to make our organizations a little more resilient, a little safer? And there are ways to do it. And that is what I explore or implore you to do it. I've shared this before. I went to a security conference back in the spring, and I walked around the exhibit floor of that conference, and every single vendor there had AI as part of their sales pitch. Meaning, if you looked at their, like I have a stand-up banner behind me. If you looked at their stand-up banner, if you looked at what was hanging on the wall or on the collateral that they had, the marketing material that they had, everything somewhere it said AI. They realize that we need to integrate AI into our protection products, not just the offensive tactics that the bad guys using. So that they are actively building in security and AI into all of their security products. We need to think about that. I mean, first of all, let's buy their products. We can utilize those products when we upgrade or update our software or hardware. But beyond that, taking it to the next step, what can we do beyond that to think about AI and how we can make things more efficient? That's a that's another piece that we really need to think about. That's another piece that should really be considered, and something that I certainly hope that you consider as well. All right. Next, and really the last three things I'm going to talk about today are somewhat related. The Republican National Convention happened a few weeks ago. The Democratic National Convention is coming up in next week, maybe. Coming up soon in Chicago, the 19th. So it's coming up next week. I bring all this up to say this article talks about credentials of those that are attending the convention have been compromised. Usernames, passwords for all primarily from users registered at Dem Convention and Democrats.org and related domains. It is getting closer to election time, which means election-related attacks are going to increase. We hear talk about election security a lot, and that's absolutely important. And we need to make sure that our election system is secure. All of that is true. Taking it a step back, campaign season is also a heightened time of attacks, and this is an example of that. Something has happened again. It's happened probably in every election cycle for the last several years. I know this attack, obviously, the Hillary Clinton email breach that was, I believe, from the Russians, was big news during that election. The point is that when world or national events increase, so are security attacks going to happen. So as you look at things that are happening around the globe or even in our country, for example, the election, the Olympics that just finished, the Ukrainian war, the Middle East war, all of these different things that are going on are raising the interest of attackers as well, of hackers. The threat surface, so to speak, around the globe is so big that often what catches their attention is the quote shiny object, that whatever is raising attention of the public, that means there's an opportunity there. Then if you factor in that if it's on the side that I oppose, not me personally, but an attacker opposes, think about the Ukrainian-Russian war. Attacks on Russia increased because of their support, or because they're attacking Russia. Organizations that support Russia increased because of that. So anyway, keep that in mind. And at the same time, email attacks have increased 293% for the first half of 2024. That is significant. Ransomware remains the top threat for small businesses, small, medium businesses, in government and healthcare. Just be on alert, be skeptical of emails. Attacks are happening. There's a lot that we need to be worried about. And I'll finish up with, it's not going to load. I was going to finish up by talking about, there is content that has been posted on Twitter, X, and there's a lot of attacks that have been linked to articles, links on X that are focused on Ukraine war or something, earthquakes, or some Olympics is another one. Just because there's an article on or a link on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram doesn't mean that it's real, doesn't mean that you should click it and follow it. There are so many attacks. There's so much misinformation, and definitely don't reshare it. But there's so much that's going on that they are trusting that we're going to click it because we're interested. It's our side, or it's something we hate. Whatever it is, it draws a passionate response. And if it can do that, then it can get you to click the link. There's a lot of attacks There's a lot of attacks. There's a lot of attacks that all they depend on is you clicking a link, whether that be in an email that we saw is going up, or it's on social media where we're seeing a lot of that happening as well. Be very careful. Be very careful. Be very careful. Just be skeptical. That's what I always tell people. Just assume something is going to be wrong, and try to prove yourself the opposite. That prove yourself that it's okay. Anyway, hope these stories help. I'll include this last link as well in the show notes. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's always good to hear from you. It's always good to hear your questions. If I can do anything to help you, please let me know, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.